Yeah, I'm trying to. Hello to whoever's there. I don't know who's there. I can't see anything. Um, this just ain't working for me. It's just not working for me. Sorry, y'all. Whoever's there. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just wait to see if a few more people come in. If anybody comes in. If not, I'm not gonna stay on live and just talk like I normally do because I kind of want to get out the house. So if you hear something, that's my little fan and my laptop. Um, somebody was supposed to be going live with me, but I sent it. But Sonia, um, yeah. So that's that. This I'm not gonna mess around with this too much because I don't know who's here. I can't see if you're here. I need you to comment. Just say hi. I just need to see who's in the live. Held for review. I think I got a lot of trolls. Hello to everybody that's coming in. Thank you for joining. One thumbs up. So yeah, I'm being trolled. Y'all go ahead and hit the thumbs up when you come in, please, if you don't mind. So I don't. Yeah, and those of you in blue, block away because you know I don't do trolls. I don't want that negative vibe over here on my live. I don't like that because it's pointless. And I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see anyway. So I don't know what they're saying, but I'm pretty sure it's probably something stupid because I see messages being blocked. So you can if you want to. If I'm disturbing y'all, you can hold. Let me put my glasses on so I can see what's going on. And I know you can see the ring light, I know, but I wear glasses, so. And if you're typing in a different language, I'm not going to be able to respond to your comment anyway. So I guess you get enjoyment off of typing something weird in a different language that only you know and whoever else you told to come over. Y'all bored, I guess. Y'all just need a little bit of attention. We know attention is a hell of a drug, ain't it? So, anyways, y'all, happy Saturday. I hope everybody has had a decent weekend so far. It ain't over yet. We still got Sunday, and some of us got Monday too. But, y'all, so what does everybody think about the TikTok ban? I should have put that as the title because I kind of wanted to find out, like, what is everybody's thoughts on it? Because I saw something that somebody sent me this morning saying that President Trump is saying that he may not put the ban into effect for 3 months once he takes office. So I don't know. I don't know how true that is, but here's how I feel about it. And I'm just gonna talk, y'all, because I can't. Like I said, the comments I don't really see them, and I don't know who's really in here with me, so I'm just gonna talk. Because I said I wasn't gonna do that, but I'm gonna just go ahead and talk about it because these are my thoughts on it. For me personally, um, TikTok has never been one of those platforms that I had a lot of support on. Let's be honest. Um, I was never monetized on TikTok. TikTok probably helped me spend more of my money. No, I won't say probably. I'll say TikTok helped me spend more money than it helped me earn money because I haven't earned a dime from TikTok. And if I'm being honest, I like TikTok. I do like TikTok. I don't care for the trolling that happens on TikTok, like the men sending you messages asking you if you need a sugar daddy, or the um, men asking you to join their cryptocurrency teams, or the scammers and all that. I don't like that. That part I don't like. But I do like being able to interact with people that are more in my age group, people that are giving you information on different things, not just pertaining to social media, like health things, things that can help your health, things that can help you with your finances, things like that, legal things, that kind of stuff. I like that. I like that about TikTok. I like that you can learn about new products, things that I may not know are even out there, but TikTok has helped me to know about those things. So that I will miss that type of interaction. I do know that there's a couple platforms that are coming up, like Lemonade, and I think something called I don't know what Redline is. I haven't looked that up yet. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what that is. Lemonade, I am on Lemonade. It's the same username as my YouTube and my TikTok. Um, but for me, I will miss being able to just take a break during the day and scroll and laugh if they do ban it, because some people on TikTok are hilarious. And they are not all world famous comedians. Some people just naturally have a sense of humor, and they find humor in things that most people don't find humor in, and that's me. I find humor in things that most people don't find any humor in it. They find it silly, or they find it just too serious. But one thing about me, and those who know me, who have talked to me outside of social media, they know I don't take myself that seriously. I'm not that person. I laugh. I love to laugh. I'm definitely goofy. I'm not saying that I'm saying I'm goofy. I can be goofy. Um, but that's what I'll miss about TikTok. I know that it's gonna affect a lot of people because there are people who make a lot of money on that platform. So it's really going to affect them financially. But that's why that's another reason I was never one of those people to quit my 9 to 5 to do social media. I'm not that brave, y'all, because I know what it feels like to not have a space of your own. Okay. Um, and even keeping my job through the pandemic, through it all, I've been able to maintain my employment, thank God. But I know what it feels like to not have your own space, and I couldn't imagine losing my place because I decided to quit my job to do social media full time, and then social media goes away. The platform that was paying me the most is all of a sudden gone. So if you haven't made the best choices with your money, you haven't, you haven't done things quite in a way that would safeguard you or give you something to fall back on, then you up the creek without a paddle. So for me, I never put myself in that position, even with YouTube. I've been uploading on YouTube since late 2018, I believe. And um I never had a thought in my mind that I was gonna quit my job. Okay. And I'm not telling anybody don't quit your job to pursue being a content creator or an influencer full time. I'm not saying that. But what I would say is make sure that things are in place for you, that you have things in place. Like, I'm not talking about you got a savings with 10 grand in it and you getting ready to give up a $75,000 or $100,000 a year job to do social media. That makes zero sense to me to do something like that. Even if you got a job making 45 grand a year, you might want to keep that because social media is It's up and down. And I even see different content creators talking about how with YouTube, when TikTok blew up, most people left YouTube and went over to TikTok because that's where the coins were at, right? Or they went on Bigo and they were doing well. But now that TikTok is potentially going to go away, people are scrambling. So it's kind of like you got to really think about those decisions before you make them because it could put you in a bad situation. So that's my 2 cents on it. So what do y'all think? Look, look, look. Old, old, old. Hey, you look like Angela LaForgia. Who is Angela LaForgia? The Supreme Court has already ruled for the 20th. Right, I know. But hey, James. James, I remember you. Um, I know. But he's the president, so he has the right to say he can change that ruling if he wants to. He can change it. Not saying that he should or that he shouldn't. I'm just saying he can. Or that he will or he won't. But you know, it is what it is. But I just feel like you have to think about things before you make those kind of life changing decisions because that could be a life changing decision to quit your job to be a full-time content creator and then the content that you're creating people aren't even watching. If you're a person that just gives advice or something like that, or even a mukbang channel, people, like I said in my previous live about mukbangs, people not really watching those anymore, and I understand why, because there's a lot of people in this world that don't eat every day, not by choice. It's just the fact that they can't afford to, that things have gotten so hard that they can't even put food on the table every day. So I can understand you not wanting to sit down and watch somebody take down a 24-ounce ribeye and you and you might have had a pack of ramen that day. So, I get it. But I'm just saying, make better decisions before you decide I'm gonna quit my job and I'm gonna become a full-time content creator because might not be the best thing because everybody doesn't have the same level of success with social media. I'm living proof of that. I am still not even at 2,500 subscribers on YouTube. So I know better. I know that this personality isn't really what people want because I don't do drama. I'm not fake. I just am who I am. So you don't laugh at me. You know I ain't lying. But I know my potential when it comes to social media. I know I might do a video that might get a few views on it here and there, but then I might put up a video and it get like 10 views in a month. So, and I know it's all related to the algorithm and so on and so forth. But here's the one thing that I am going to talk about. I'm going to talk about this because I don't usually talk about this, and it's not a rant, but in a sense, it is a little bit. I kind of feel a way about the fact that when you're on social media and you have a certain amount of people that are subscribed to your platform, whichever one it is, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, um, Instagram, whatever. People don't that are subscribed to you or that follow you don't engage with your content. And they can't say that they don't see it because one thing y'all got to remember is that TikTok, especially, TikTok shows you when people are looking at your profile. TikTok shows you when people view your content. Okay. Instagram does as well. So when you make a post and you see that certain people have viewed it, but they didn't give it a like, they didn't comment on it, they didn't it's a little bit discouraging. It's a little discouraging and it kind of it hurts my feelings just a little bit because these same people are people that I have supported on every platform that they have. And some of these people are even people that I know personally outside of social media. Because see, my life don't revolve around social media. It doesn't because I have a whole life outside of even doing any of this. But people are so fickle. and meaning they're not loyal. There's no loyalty. They change like the wind. One minute they're there for you, they pretend they there for you, and then another they're not. And for me, I've always been the kind of person, I'm always the same. I don't change. Yeah, I change things that I know I need to change. But when it comes to my loyalty to people that I care for, that doesn't change. Even people who have wronged me till this day could probably reach back out to me, and I'm still going to be that same angel to them because that's just how I am. That's just how I was built. I appreciate that about myself because I don't let myself become what other people try to make you. If you guys understand what I mean. I'm not going to, because people turn their back on you or are not there for you or don't appreciate you as much as you appreciate them, it's not going to change how I feel about people. And I'm glad because I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be one of those people that change like the weather. I'm going to keep the same attitude that I've always had. If I support you, I support you. If you send me a link to a product that you're selling and I got a few coins, I'm going to buy your product. If you send me a link to a video that you posted and I have a minute, I'm going to turn that video on. Even if I ain't watching it, it's still on and I'm letting it play. These are just basic things that you can do to support people that are on social media. When it comes to family supporting me, my family, my family hasn't been supportive on social media, and they can't say that they have. And I dare any of them to say they've been supportive of me on social media because that might be a time that I actually put everybody on blast on Facebook, and I'm talking about tagging their pages and everything. Like for real, I might do that. Only because y'all know y'all ain't been there. Y'all know y'all haven't been there. Y'all haven't supported me, but y'all will support other people 10 toes down. Y'all share their videos, y'all watch their videos, y'all are just in there with them, in the trenches with them always. But when it comes to your own flesh and blood that you know for a fact you're related to, y'all don't support me. So don't, and I'm okay with that. I wasn't okay with it at first, but I've over the years I've become just fine with it. It is what it is. Whatever. But it's just I feel like if you have the ability to support people and you can support people, then you should. Because don't burn bridges because you never know when you might need somebody. So that's my that's my little 2 cents about social media and all of that. Because I just think that people, and I've said it before, and it's not a think, it's I know people make time for what's important to them. And if a person is making posts on social media and you see their post and you don't never say not a single solitary word, now y'all know that's fake. That's fake. It is. Fake love on these. Well, yeah, not just YouTube, all social media platforms, and in real life. Some people just stay fake. They don't really care, and that's okay. I was laughing at that lady today on TikTok because how she said she was married to hustler and she knows how to make her money. Oh, Sonia, she was married to a hustler and she said she know how to make her money. I didn't know how. Okay, I'm looking down because I got the chat pulled up on another device so I can see it. But yeah, I just think that people need to do better. People really do need to do better in their supportive content creators because keep in mind, even though I'm not one of those people that up and quit my job, I still would like a little bit of support. when it comes, because that's another reason why I never jumped out there and started trying to sell products on TikTok or anything else, because I knew that I wasn't going to have the support that I need to get started, because sometimes you need a couple of people to buy something just to show that, yeah, this product works. She not lying, she promoting this product and it really works. If you don't have nobody willing to do that for you, it's not going to work out. I put some laughing emoji up on TikTok because I have gift her before. Oh, Sue. Okay, yeah, yeah. I haven't. You know what? I haven't been in her live in a few days because honestly, I just haven't really been on TikTok. I've been posting on Lemonade and then it posts to TikTok. But yeah, I just, I do get a little frustrated with people not being supportive when they can be. Because if they call me, if they reach out to me and they need me to support them in something, I do. So I feel like it's kind of messed up that you can't do the same. I do. I feel like it's messed up. But I have learned to stop expecting the same kindness that I show. I don't expect that anymore. I've learned that people are who they are and they're gonna be who they are, and as this world gets worse, people get more selfish. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but it's true. As the world goes on, it's a mess. It's a mess right now, and it gets worse by the day. So, you know, we just have to. But at those of us who like social media and like to post on social media and stuff like that, we just have to get to a point where we really know that the only people that are going to support us are the other people that are active on social media and that understand what it means to be an influencer or to be on social media and want to make a coin or two from social media. Because I would love to make a to have another stream of income that I don't have to work hard for. I would like that, but um, I know that social media just has never been that for me. Because I'm real honest. I'm transparent about stuff. YouTube has never been very lucrative for me either. Like I think I got 4 checks from YouTube the whole time I was on YouTube. 4. And when I tell you they didn't even total $1,000, I ain't lying to you. So tell me what I would have done had I been that person that just jumped out there and said, I'm quitting my job. I'm gonna do YouTube full time. I would be in trouble. I would be uh, up the creek without a paddle if I had been that person that what Steve Harvey say that jumped out there, leaped out there on faith. No, not when it comes to stuff like this. When it comes to my livelihood, I'm not taking those kind of chances. So people can say what they want to say, judge all you want, but I know my circumstances and I know me. And I'll say this, and people might not believe this or might feel like I'm just being negative, but I've always looked at myself as an underdog. And this is a conversation that I used to have with my mom because I used to tell my mother that I felt like people don't like me. And I ain't on here whining and crying and oh nobody loves me. No, 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 no. This ain't that. This is just me being real and saying have always felt like the underdog. I've always felt like the person that people look at me as she ain't gonna do nothing. She can't do nothing. Nobody want to hear what she got to say. That's honestly how I've always felt. And my mother told me she felt the same way. She told me that she felt the same way. So, but she told me you're not you're not that. You're a strong woman. You're beautiful. All my girls are good looking because that's what she used to say. She said all my kids are good looking, but my girls are very good looking women. And people are going to Not like you just for that. And I ain't trying to say I'm all that and I'm the most gorgeous woman ever because I'm not. I know that. But I know that I have an inner beauty as well as an outer beauty because my mother told me that. That's something that my mother instilled in me. Is even if nobody else believes in you, you believe in you. You hold you up. Even if nobody else does, you hold you up. So that's what I do. And I tell anybody, even if other people don't support you and don't feel like you are worth the salt you put in bread, you know you worth it. You have to know it. You have to feel it. You have to live it. You have to know that you are somebody. You are something. And if to nobody else, God loves you. And she told me that. And that gave me a different outlook on myself. That changed everything for me. That changed my self esteem. That made me really start to care more about myself and to really look at how people are treating me and to stop being a doormat. Stop letting people walk all over you because you ain't nobody's footstool. Don't let nobody walk all over you. And that's what I'll tell anybody is you have to feel good about yourself and you have to know that you are somebody. Don't ever let anybody tell you, oh, you ain't nobody, you're nothing. That's not true. You're something and you're important. You matter. And even if you only matter to one person, you can make a difference in that one person's life. So, it doesn't matter that you don't have hundreds or thousands of people on a friends list or you have a party and only 5 or 6 people show up. Those are the 5 or 6 people that matter because they made an effort and took the time to show up for you. Even if it's just one person, that one person took the time to show up. And we got to start looking at who we assign that friend title to. And I know y'all, I'm just talking because it's just a lot of things on my mind. And so I'm just talking. But we got to really look at assigning that friend title to people because everybody is not your friend. And I know this is cliche because we've heard it before, but everybody that smiles in your face and calls you a friend is not your friend. Everybody doesn't deserve a seat at your table. Everybody doesn't deserve to have a view into your life because some people only come into your life to see what they can get out of you. They don't come into your life because they want to actually be a friend to you and be there for you and have an interchange of encouragement with you. They don't want that. They coming in just to see, well, what can I get from this person? How can I use this person? And when they see that they can't use you and that you are not a sucker, they move on because they see, oh, wait, she not with that or he's not with that. So they move on. And that's okay. Go, bye. Bye, go ahead. Like it really is what it is. People are going to come in and out of your life, but those that stick around, those are the ones that are really those are your people. That's your tribe. And I said this before a while back on TikTok. Those who support you no matter what you're doing, that's your tribe. Those are your people. The ones that feel like they don't have time or what you're doing is not interesting enough for them, those ain't your people. And it's okay. You might have known these people all your life, long before there was ever a social media platform. But they don't want to make time for you because you are not that important to them. Even though they'll reach out to you and then extend an invite to you and you always show up, they're not going to do that for you. And so that's not your team. That's not your tribe. Those are the people those are the fair weather friends. You see them here and there. And that's okay. But when you are a person who you're not that, it can be hard to accept. It can be a hard pill to swallow to realize that people are not going to treat you how you treat them. But trust me, you'll be able to swallow it, you'll be able to digest it, and you'll be able to move on. Cause I did. I'm okay. I don't worry about it no more. Not like I used to. I really don't. I don't worry about it because it is what it is. Now, let me see. It might pause. The live might pause for a second. Let me see. Okay. Okay. I don't know if it paused or not. Hey, y'all, currently watching from a jail cell, waiting for my court date on Monday for my public. The hell? People are so ignorant. I told you they just want attention. Anything to get attention. Just stupid. So stupid. And if you are watching from a jail cell, I hope they don't ever let you out. How about that? Stupid. But yeah, y'all. It is what it is. I'm rolling with the punches. Whatever happens, happens. That's kind of how I've always lived my life because you can't some things we really have no control over. We can't change it. So we just have to do what we need to do and worry about us and worry about those that are important to us. And that's what I do. That's really all I do because I'm not going to um invest time in people that don't invest time in me. It's that simple. But yeah, y'all, it's a lot going on besides social media. There's so many things happening that are brought out on social media. And one of the things that I wasn't going to talk about this, but and maybe I think I'm going to do a video about it, but this is just something that I want to say. And feel free to share this live with anybody that you want to share it with. But there was a story recently um that I've been seeing on the news and seeing on YouTube. A lot of creators are doing videos on it, and I actually I watched the preliminary hearing and everything for this predator. But one thing that I need to say, and I hope that this doesn't trigger anybody that has gone through being violated as a child. But I feel like as women and single men that are, single fathers, especially single mothers, single fathers, watch who you bring into your home. Really pay attention to who you're dating. Pay attention to who you are allowing around your children because there are people out there, and I don't know why this is so hard for so many women, especially to get. There are men out there that will prey on you just to get to your children. And they aren't just assaulting these children, they are unaliving these children. And it can be prevented if you pay attention because there's always signs. There's always signs that somebody ain't right. They can call you and you ask, how did you get them many views on a video? Who's Sonia? But pay attention to who you're bringing. Hey, JJ, thank you for coming. Pay attention to who you're allowing in your home and around your kids. And everybody don't need to meet your kids. Every woman that a man meets doesn't need to meet his children. Every man that a woman meets doesn't need to meet her children. Because and if you do a background check on somebody and it comes back that they are a registered offender, um don't ignore that. How you gonna ignore that? That is the craziest thing to me that I have ever heard that a person knows that somebody has done something like that and they still choose to be with them. That's weird. You're just as sick as they are to me if you know that a person has done something like that and you still choose to interact with them. That's nasty and it's sick because ain't no way I'm gonna find out that you are a registered offender and I'm gonna let you come anywhere around me. You can't even be in the same space with me, much less when my boys were little. I have sons, I have two sons, and I still didn't bring every man that I dated or that I interacted with, I didn't bring them around my kids because that's not what you shouldn't do that anyways. But I just feel like it's a really bad thing to meet a man and within a month he's living in your house. He's watching your children. He's driving your vehicle. He's just all up in your life and you've known him a month or two. What do you know about him? Because I know a lot of these women ain't doing no background checks. They ain't doing them. They just meeting these homosexuals at the grocery store, online, wherever they meeting them at. And next thing you know, he my boo and he living with you. That's not no. That is absolutely no. That should not be a thing. You should not be inviting this person to live in your home. You shouldn't be inviting him to be in your life and you don't know him like that. Take the time to get to know these men before you bring them around your kids, especially if you have daughters. Now, we all know that there's men that like little boys too. But lately, these little girls are being taken out by men. These men are taking out little girls. And it's because the mothers are not paying attention or the family members are not paying attention to who they're bringing around, their little girl cousins or their nieces. They're not paying attention. Female has high. Yeah, I'm sure they do. But when it comes to what I'm talking about, JJ, these men are predators. This has nothing to do with what you just said. This has nothing to do with that. Unless she's a predator, then yeah, she shouldn't be around kids either. Because what I'm talking about is people that prey on children that are killing, unaliving. I have to say unaliving because YouTube doesn't like that word. But we can prevent that. I was hearing that he was sleeping with a lot of females in the family. Me too. I heard that. I heard that, Sonia. I normally don't deal with females who have kids. And you know what? I don't feel like that's wrong. I don't feel like it's wrong to not, if you are a person that doesn't have kids, I don't think it's wrong to not date somebody that has kids or interact with somebody that has kids because if you don't have kids and you don't particularly care for kids, you don't really want to be around them. But what I'm saying is there's too many women are being too trusting with their kids. They are just too trusting. And I don't understand it because my mama was never one to trust strangers um like that. And I'm just being real. I only remember my mama having one boyfriend after my dad passed away. And yeah, he didn't interact with me like that at all. So I don't understand these women that can't be alone and they are willing to settle for just anything just to have a man. I have a problem with that because I feel like you need to work on yourself. If you are finding it hard to be alone, you need to work on yourself. You need to seek therapy. It's nothing wrong with talking to a therapist or even a psychiatrist because you might need some medicine. You might need something. But you have to really, we are our kids' protection. We are their protectors. We are their first line of defense against a lot of things. And when it comes to preventing something like that from happening, we can prevent it. We can prevent it by not allowing certain people around our kids. And if you have a man in your life and you watch how he interacts with little girls. Watch how he looks at little girls. Because if he's looking at little girls with a weird look, he's not to be trusted. He can't be trusted. And I don't care who don't like it, but that's how I feel. Because there are certain men that look at little girls in the wrong way. I've witnessed it with my own eyes. And that's not okay. But if you're too busy wearing your love glasses, you're not paying attention to what this man, how this man is looking at your daughters or looking at your sons, then that's the problem. So you need to pay attention. Tell any women that you know that have small kids or have preteen daughters or even teenage daughters, pay attention to how this man is looking at your daughters, even if it's their own flesh and blood daddy. Because there are men who have done these things to their own daughters. So pay attention. Pay attention. You can prevent it. And if it means the family got to break up, the family got to break up. But protect those kids by any means necessary. Stop letting this kind of stuff happen because it is just, it's so heartbreaking. The stories are just so heartbreaking. And this particular story, I feel like this has played out at that we've heard in mainstream media. It's played out at least, I would say, 5 to 6 times in the last 2 years. Like maybe 5 or 6 girls have come up unalived by men that their mothers or their aunts or their sisters or whoever is dealing with. And it's because those women aren't paying attention to the kind of men that they're picking up and choosing to bring around their family. Only deal with grown ladies with old kids close to my age. And that's how it should be, JJ. Don't be dealing with these little young women that's got these young kids because to me, you put yourself in a situation that you might not want to be in. But yeah, y'all, I just, just wanted to pop in because I said I was going to go live on Saturday and I did. Andrea wasn't able to join me, unfortunately, but maybe next next weekend, next Saturday, because I said I'm gonna try to go live on Saturdays. Excuse me. As I get back into the swing of things, I might add a couple of random days in there, but mostly I'm gonna go live on Saturdays. But I want to go see my sister, so I'm only gonna be I'm gonna be live probably for an hour. I'm already at like 44 minutes, but I'm not gonna stay on too much longer because I want to go see my sisters. But yeah, y'all, it's been some crazy stuff going on. Young still want to play. Ain't nothing wrong with playing, but you have to make sure that when you play, it's appropriate and it's with people that are age appropriate. Because you don't ever want to get caught up in a situation where you did something that you shouldn't have done because you're going to jail. First of all, you're going to jail. And even if you get out of jail, you're going to forever have that label. You're going to have that label. And you should. If you cross a line with a kid, you should have that label. They should tattoo that on your forehead. And I don't even do tattoos, but I think sex offenders should have SA offenders should have a tattoo on their forehead. Yeah, I'm not I don't know. I I don't know what goes on in the mind of people that think like that, but it's got to be some real weirdness. Excuse me, y'all. When you can look at a child and feel something unnatural, that's weird. It's just weird. And people need to watch their kids. Protect your kids. If you had those kids, so protect them. Don't let nothing crazy happen to those kids. And if you are a person that doesn't have kids, but you have children in your family, protect them. Don't be out here just picking up any old man. Oh, he look good. Girl, I want to get with him. And then you bringing him around your nieces and your nephews. And then he around here doing stuff to them kids. And you turning a blind eye to it because he throwing you a few coins here and there. Like, girl, y'all, if you don't know, the little girl's name is Naziah Harris. That's the story that I'm talking about, Naziah. And she's um, from Michigan. She went missing January 9th of 2024. So it's been a year since she went missing, and there's been no sign of this baby anywhere. And there's a couple of platforms that her dad has gone on and talked about why he wasn't present in her life. But he was present in a sense that he was supporting her. He was, providing support. I don't know how true it is. I don't know. I'm just going by what he said. But he did say that he gave up his parental rights to her grandmother, who was supposed to be protecting her and keeping these things from happening. And I'm sorry, y'all, but I have a problem with this lady. I just do. I'm gonna keep watching though. I'm gonna, cause I'm invested, cause I want to see. Like, I really want to. And y'all, and I know this probably sounds dumb, and it might be dumb of me, but I just have hope that he'll tell where this baby is, what he did to her, why he did it. Because my thing is, you're going to jail. You're going back to jail because he was a registered SA offender, okay? And he was actually getting ready to face other charges for other kids, okay? And a gun charge because he's a felon, okay? So I just hold out hope that he tells this family where this baby is. So the ones in the family can get the closure that they need. Because I don't know, I haven't seen anything with her mother saying anything. I don't, but I know that her mother is around, but I haven't seen any videos or interviews or anything with her mother talking about her disappearance and how she feels about it. But it's a mess, y'all. It's a mess. But like I said, these are things that we can prevent. I had one girl, 21, back in the day. She wanted to be pregnant so bad. Oh, that's why I don't deal with people or kids because people think like that. I'm still here. Oh, no worries. No worries, Sonia. But yeah, I mean, you have like, we all have choices. And we all should exercise self control when it comes to certain things. And you meet somebody that that is just not, you can always tell. I just feel like you can always tell when somebody is just not right. Maybe for me, I look deeper into people than what's on the surface. um so some people, just there's a vibe they give off, honestly. They really do give off this energy about them that just makes you sick to your stomach. Because I've been around people that I just didn't trust with kids. And those people, when those people are around, I'm always watching those people. I don't leave no kids with them people. No kid stays with certain people because I don't trust them. And to each is their own, but I just feel like you got to be willing to look, and y'all don't, that's a mess back there. I'm changing my sheets and I have my towel laid out. And so that's my mattress cover. If y'all see, it's the mattress pad, but because I'm changing my sheets. But I wanted to jump on my live because I said I was going to go live. So I'm trying to do what I say I'm going to do. But yeah, you gotta be watchful. And JJ, you gotta watch out for them little young girls. Watch out for them little young girls that want to be pregnant. Mm, I didn't. I mean, I love my kids, but I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't really wanting to have kids young, but I did. But I ain't want it to be no weird situation where somebody was forcing me to have a kid either, or doing something weird to me. But I feel like if a person has had trauma in their life and they've gone through something where they've been inappropriately touched, seek therapy. It's nothing wrong with seeking therapy because you might be able to deal with that so you don't become one of those hurt people that hurts people, if that makes sense. You don't want to be a hurt person that continues to inflict hurt because of something that happened to you. You don't want to grow up and be a Diddy. You don't want to be a Puffy because, from what I'm understanding, just watching the documentary about him, his mother used to have a lot of parties at her house, and his one of his childhood friends that actually was in the music industry with him, he talked about that in the documentary, and it's on Peacock. It's called Diddy: The Making of a Bad Boy. So go watch it. It's interesting because I don't feel that his childhood friends have a reason to lie. And they, to me, they have a better insight into how he started out than than anybody in the media or anything, because they were there. They were actually there with him to interact with him, so they have a better view into his life, into what his life was before he became P Diddy and Daddy Love and Puffy and the Diddler. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. But y'all know what I mean. But it just, I feel like if something traumatic has happened to you as a kid, sometimes we don't realize that that we are having trauma from certain things that we haven't healed from, that we haven't healed from those traumatic experiences. And we don't realize it until we become an adult. And I'll say that for me, there's some things that I never dealt with until I became an adult. Um, but I saw the need to seek help and to be able to talk about these things and to help with working through these things. Nothing like that where I wanted to harm somebody else, because that's never been a thing for me. But I learned how to deal with what I went through and to understand that when someone violates you, it's not you. It's not your fault, is what I mean. You didn't do anything to have that happen to you. That's a them problem. They made a bad decision. You didn't. You were a kid and something was inflicted upon you that shouldn't have been. So they need to seek help as well for doing what they did to you. But you have to want that healing for yourself and want to deal with that so that that's something that you can put in the past and work on not always having that affect your life. Because I feel like one of the things that I do think is that certain things that happen to you are going to stick with you for life, regardless of how much therapy you have and how much you talk about it, it's still going to stick with you. But I feel like when you seek help for it to heal from it, it it helps you to not make that the main focus of your life. You don't have to deal with it every waking moment. Because some things that I hadn't dealt with, I focused on those things throughout every day. If y'all get what I'm saying, like there was some things that I just wasn't able to push out of my mind. But once I talked about it, learned how to deal with it, and just really accepted that it wasn't anything that I did and that I could change, I stopped making that the focus of my day. I am better able to deal with certain things. And I don't let things trigger me as much because a lot of things can trigger certain situations. It can be a trigger point for you. So I've definitely learned to not let certain things even be a trigger for me anymore. That's why that's one of the things that I think is important. Mental health is important. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Um, is extremely important because to me they all work together. You need your mind and your body to work together. And if you are suffering with a mental illness such as depression, anxiety, um gosh, what else? There's so many, but if you are suffering with any of those things, it's okay to get help. It's okay to ask somebody to help you with that. It's okay to don't let people make you feel like you shouldn't get help for those things that are ailing you because you should. You should. And you should never feel. And here's the thing, I feel like as adults, we can do things without announcing it to the world. We don't have to tell everybody that we go into therapy. We don't have to tell everybody that we're seeking help for, even if you have an addiction. You don't have to tell people that you seeking help for an addiction. You can tell those that you trust, but you don't have to announce it to nobody because that's between you and God and the person that's helping you. You don't have to be ashamed because you ask for help. We need to start removing that stigma and that shame from seeking help for our mental health because mental illness is a real thing. And there's such a broad spectrum of mental illnesses. We're born with, some can develop over time. But I feel that when there's something that has happened to us and we need help with that, seek help. It's okay. Nobody should be judging you for taking care of yourself because ultimately seeking mental health treatment is taking care of yourself. So nobody should be judging you for taking care of yourself. They don't judge you for working out and losing weight, or they shouldn't. But then they shouldn't judge you for seeking help. You should shut up, Rob. You do not. So stupid. Uh, well, a lot of people have a beer addiction. There's some stone cold alcoholics in the world. But I ain't judging because I'll say this, and this is probably the last thing I'm gonna talk about. I understand what can push people to seek comfort in substances. I definitely get it because some things can happen and it can really knock the wind out of you in life and make you feel like can't deal with this. But before you let it turn into something that you can't stop, that you can't deal with, get help. I'm telling you, seek help. Don't let it turn into something that you can't deal with on your own. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with getting help. Nothing at all. But y'all have been on here for an hour and I need to go because I need to get out of here before it gets any later. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. Those of you that stayed and that were able to come and hang out with me. I appreciate you. And I will talk to y'all next Saturday. And oh, y'all, I was supposed to do a community post, but I forgot. I forgot to do a community post about the live. I'm getting back to it though. I'm gonna do a community post next Friday. What I'm gonna do is do a community post probably Thursday or Friday, like I said. I'm gonna actually do it this time though. So that, it's out there if anybody sees it. And I'm gonna do a post on Facebook and whatever app, Instagram. And that's I forgot to put it on my Instagram because I actually have more um, supporters on Instagram than I have on Facebook. So I got to start remembering to put it on Instagram. And I think all the trolls came from Lemonade. Anyways, we ain't even gonna go there. But I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming and listening to me ramble. And I'll see y'all next Saturday.